The wind whispered softly through the mountains. A few months had passed since the incident that changed Arjun's world forever. The noise of the city had faded, but the silence inside his mind had never left. When his school planned a trip to the hills, Arjun thought maybe, just maybe, the mountains could quiet what the city could not. A yellow school bus wound through the misty Himalayan roads. 6 friends laughed and sang, their voices filling the air like echoes of innocence. But Arjun sat by the window, lost in the drifting clouds. Mira, sitting beside him, asked gently if he was all right. He said softly, "Just thinking. These roads, they look familiar." The bus turned a sharp bend, and a wooden sign appeared through the fog. "Welcome to Silent Ridge. Population 87. They reached an old wooden lodge hidden between pine trees. An elderly caretaker greeted them with a faint smile that felt older than the mountains. "The ridge is quiet after dark," he said. "Don't wander when the mist rises. Sometimes, roads remember what people forget." They laughed, brushed it off, and entered. But Arjun felt something in those words, like the mountains were listening. That night, they gathered around a flickering fireplace. Naina suggested a word game. Once there was, and Arjun completed it, a door. They laughed. But as their laughter echoed, a real door upstairs creaked open. The fire cracked softly. The room fell silent. No one spoke. The next morning, sunlight spilled through the fog as they hiked along a mountain trail. They walked for hours, but when the mist cleared, they stood again before the same lodge gate. Their footprints led straight back. Something was wrong. Mira looked at Arjun. He admitted quietly he'd seen this place before, in a dream. That night, sleep escaped them. They woke to faint whispers, voices overlapping, distant, familiar. Whispers seemed to call them by their names. They followed them down the dark hallway, to a door at the end that they didn't remember seeing before. Inside was a small, dusty classroom, 6 desks, and on each one, a photograph. Each photo showed one of them, taken just minutes ago. But they had never taken any pictures. Arjun picked up his photograph. Again, a whisper brushed ears. "The ridge remembers, the ones who forget." The lights flickered, and when they steadied, pictures were gone. Panic rising, they ran outside, only to find the valley replaced by a growing sea of fog. From within it, heard their own voices, laughing, calling, whispering for them to stay. Through the haze, Mira appeared. Eyes met. "If this is all in my head," Arjun whispered, "wake me up." But Mira's voice trembled. "Maybe it's not your head. Maybe it's ours." The fog brightened, golden white, and the world dissolved. Morning came. A yellow bus rolled down the same mountain road. Children laughed again. And by the window sat Arjun, quiet as ever, watching the clouds drift over Silent Ridge. In the reflection of the glass, his face blinked. Half a second later. Sometimes, the mind doesn't get lost in places. Sometimes, places get lost in the mind.